episode, my jaw was on the ground. I don't know what's going on with Ife, with Jite, with Ame, with Konsola. Nothing is going on well.
That's what I call heart.
Hello lovers, welcome back to my channel. If you're just coming for the first time, you're just in this beautiful face for the first time, you're welcome to my channel. My name is Paga, and on this channel I talk about things concerning my faith, makeup and lifestyle. So if that is your vibe, do stick around, subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell so I know whenever I drop something new. Guys, please subscribe, really, please subscribe. It is free, please. If you're new here, I usually do these reviews of the Just Us Girls series showing here on YouTube. If you are not watching it yet, you do not know what you're missing. You need to rush right now to the Just Us Girls global channel and you see it right there. You can start from season 1 and watch through season 2. We are now in season 2, episode 6. And I am here with the review. Guys, I don't even know why I'm happy. Because there's nothing to be happy about. Let me just start today. There's nothing to be happy about it. Like, before at least, maybe Coin Solar's relationship will just give you a little joy, you know, you just see Muna and Coin Solar, you just be like, okay, at least something to hold on to. But right now, I don't know what's going on with Ife, with Jite, with Ame, with Coin Solar. Nothing is going on well with any of them, and I'm getting frustrated, honestly. But let's start with Ame. This episode started with them saying red is a color of danger. They were showing Brother Felix and he was wearing a red shirt. Because in this series, the biggest red flag is Brother Felix, honestly. And anyway, he was sitting down with Ame and he wanted to feed her. I put a spoon in her mouth. And one sister was that person. If you see the way Brother Felix just resets. Hey, if you see the way he just resets himself, like even Amel was like, I don't understand what's going on. He just packaged himself like he was not just playing with Ame, because that girl was. See, I have a feeling that this is not this guy's first rodeo. This guy has been around. If you're getting into a relationship in church, you can't just keep it to yourself. This is one of the reasons why they say you should let someone know, because you may not actually know the backstory of this person. First red flag, I think, in this Ame and Bra Felix's relationship is that Bra Felix does not even want Ame to tell anyone in church that they are dating. It just goes to show that this guy has probably been around. He must have definitely treated some other girls the way he's treating Ame, and he doesn't want anybody to find out that he's with Ame. For that reason, he knows that the girls that he has been with would, or somehow the news will get to her that he has done the same thing to other girls. And I don't understand how Ame is not seeing the handwriting on the wall. How many people does it take to tell you this person is not good for you to understand? Later on in the episode, she was strolling, I think, coming home from church, and one of the sisters approached her, Sister Tiwa, and was like asking her if she was in a relationship with Brother Felix. And she did not answer. She was just like, why are you asking? The lady was like, if you're in a relationship or if he's asking you out, please don't accept. I cannot answer now, but don't accept. See, there couldn't be a bolder handwriting on the wall. If at this point Ame cannot read this one is not even handwriting on the wall anymore. It is literally graffiti on the wall. She cannot see. How many people? This Tiwa girl has said it. Her proprietress has said it too. That there is just something about his spirit, and she doesn't seem to. Anyway, so this girl told her not to get into a relationship with Brother Felix. Do you know that Ame organized a picnic for her and Brother Felix, and she told Brother Felix that Sister Tiwa came and told her things about him? Which kind of person did that? Who does that? Before she would even finish her sentence, he just said, Abi, why are you talking to that prostitute? And that's the thing with some men that don't have sense. When maybe they've not gotten their way with you, or maybe they have gotten their way with you, and you know they feel like they are done with you and they don't want you to spoil their reputation, they start painting you in a and really a lot of them, that's all they have, prostitute. Isha warned Ame against talking to Sister Tiwa. And even when Ame asked that, why I call her prostitute, he said he's privileged to some information in the church because of his ranking. And a lot of people in the church want to snatch him away from her. I've not seen someone more narcissistic. He's just in this his bubble, like he oh my god. He then asked about the job interview that he had in her school, and she was just mumbling. She was like, "Yeah, I'm on it. I'll find out." And they took us back to the school where she went to meet the proprietress again, and the proprietress stressed again that they were not giving the job to brother Felix. I am still waiting. Like I said, I want to see how she would, whether she would break the news to him or she would wait for the school to send him the email. I'm just wondering. And I'm wondering how he will take this news and how he will react towards her. Now, let's talk about GT. In this episode, we first see GT in her shop, and this new guy, she's trying to get into this new business, and she's trying to get some Chinese hair dealers. I think one of the suppliers came to her office and was like, "Oh, I'm from this Chinese, vendor, and we got your message trying to reach us, and you said you wanted to see some samples. Okay, let me take you to go see the samples." As she was about to go, she called out to her sales girl Decca. Decca now came, not knowing what the conversation was or who the guy was. She assumed that the guy was GT's new boyfriend. I was already shipping them and say, my Oga don't get new boyfriend and all of that. Later on, Sammy came to look for GT, and Decca was so rude to him. He told him that he should leave, that her madam has gotten a new boyfriend, that he's not the one that she saw with another girl, that way he should go. I feel like Decca got what she deserved. She actually did get what she deserved. Anyway, after that whole scene, GT came back and asked, how did things go? What happened? Decca said, after saying that she made some sales and all of that, GT asked, did anybody come to for me? And first of all, she was like, no. And later she said, yeah, someone came. Guess. Like, who is playing with you? She just said, Sammy, your former bobo. Hey. You know GT now. You guys know GT. GT is not one to. She know they talk plenty. Before you know, GT don't rush and slap him like 2 times. It was when GT was talking with the girls, we found out that GT had fired her, and I love that GT fired her. She overstepped her boundaries, overstepped. Even if Sammy did what he did, it's not her place, it's not her business. And as the girls rightly said, it's just GT not putting the proper boundaries, GT not telling her, no, don't bring other people's gossip to me. Of course, I feel like this was bound to happen because there were no proper boundaries set in the first place. Anyway, the girls were now gisting, and I think GT told them what happened, and Ame was like, it was unfair that she fired Decca. Do you guys think that it was unfair that she fired Decca? I don't think it was unfair. Anyway, the girls were there, Ame, Ife, and Consola were all talking to GT, and I'm not wondering, like, why is Ife even there? Why is Ife there? Why is Ife there while Jide is pouring her out her heart about her boyfriend? Like, I don't understand. And these are the issues. You know what blew my mind? She's even giving relationship advice. At the end of the day, she was the one that told Jide that Jide should calm down, that Sammy was a good person, and she should just go to Sammy's house. I don't understand. Smalley is giving relationship advice to our seniors. When I was younger, how dare I sit in the midst of my aunties and be even listening to their gist, let alone open my mouth and talk? Like, these are the issues. Why would she feel like Jermaine can be her boyfriend? Anyway, GT went to Sammy's house. She parked in front of his house waiting for him. He then drove and came, and then she begged him. She knelt down, she begged him. She said she was sorry and everything. And then she went on to say, sorry now, don't worry, I'll come for the weekend. She feels like sex would cover up for what she's lacking. According to her, she's trying to get him to marry her. and she thinks that it's by giving him sex. Later on, she was together with the girls, Ame and Koinsola, and she mentioned that she was going to pack because she was going to spend the weekend with Sammy. And Ame just took it very personally. Ame said, "You're going to his house, and you're going to spend the night." And Gigi was like, "Yes, it's called makeup sex." I mean, what did she say? Makeup sex, yes. Ame just say, it's called fornication. And then Consola was like, she should not go and sleep. That you don't have to have sex before marriage. And what you and Consola was like, look at me and look at me and Mona. And that whole scene was just like, remove the log in your eye before you move the speck in another person's eye. Because actually, you never see it's easy to point out someone else's mistake and not see your own flaws, because each of them have their own square where they worry them. All of them have their own thing that's doing them. And I don't even think that Consola is even in the place to say, look at me and Mona, when she's planning to go on a date with another guy that she has not told her so-called Mona about. From that scene, a lot of things came to mind. First of all, yes, we should call sin what it is, not a fancy name like GT was saying, makeup sex. It's called makeup sex. And Ame rightly said it's called fornication. I feel like a lot of times we try to make sin not to seem so sinful, if you know what I mean. But like, sin is sin. You cannot funkify it. Sin is what it is. That's one. Two, like I said, remove the log in your eye before you remove the speck in another person's eye. A lot of Christian folks feel or think that sexual sin is the holy grail of sins. Every other sin is, they feel like every other sin is not as serious as sexual sin. If you're a fornicator, if you're an adulterer, your own, like you are just some of these people that point fingers to fornicators, if you see what's in their closets, that person that is supposedly a Christian brother or sister is maybe harboring hatred in their heart, or has some kind of serious thing that the person is doing, or even that same sexual sin, but because they never catch you now, and now who they catch with thief. So okay, it's something else that's also shocked me about that scene was that GT said that she would rather die than be single. And I was like, I was so shocked. Like when I heard that, I was like, Jesus Christ. She is so desperate to get married. That I feel like she would do anything. And that's why she feels like if she gives Sammy sex, he would marry her. I also know that giving him sex does not guarantee anything. Sammy may end up not marrying GT. And it's not because Sammy is wicked or anything. Because I feel like he has already mentioned that, he's afraid of, getting married to her because of her character. So if she is, putting herself on the table, like, I will come and spend the night and, freely giving him sex, Sammy doesn't look to me like someone that is much of a born again. And even if he were, the best of a man is still a man, the best of men is still a man. I think I heard a preacher say that somewhere. And so if you offer yourself like that, chances are, I'm not saying every man would, but chances are that he will take you up on that offer. And that doesn't guarantee that he would marry you, especially now that he has even told you that he doesn't like these things that you do. GT is too desperate for marriage, and I hope that she will not do something stupid, because for her to say she would rather die than be single, she needs prayers and counseling at this point. Now let's talk about Coinsola. Coinsola matter don't tire me. I'm telling you. I don't think I am even interested in this their Mona and Coinsola-ship anymore. Loki, I want him to find someone that would appreciate the type of man that he is. First of all, we see Mona and Coinsola in Mona's store, Mona's bakery, and they were about to eat. They were just having a nice time, and they started talking about the marriage. And Monachi was trying to convince Coinsola that she needs to speak with her mother and, push a little more. And Coinsola was like, they need to be patient. You see that arguments they had. Then they started having these little arguments and using the Bible scriptures to, counter each other's points. And you know what crossed my mind? I wish that was how Ame countered Brother Felix when he was using the Bible to manipulate her into coming back to him. They just had that little banter, and she agreed that she would talk to her mom. And all this time that they were hanging out together, Koinsola didn't deem it fit to talk to Muna about what her mom was asking her to do. She never brought it up. Later on in the episode, Koinsola was with a patient and her mom sent for her. And anyway, her mom was, talking to her about the dates. And Koinsola was like, she was in a relationship or she had a fiance, and her mom was telling her that she did not recognize Munachi as her fiance, that Munachi did not have any degree and anything like that, and he was there was something she called him. Anyway, Consola was trying to convince her mom and tell her that Munachi is a good man, but the mom, of course, refused to listen and just told her to go for the dates. So here's my thoughts with this Consola situation. If you do not want your mom in your business or dictating to you what you should do, then why are you staying in your mom's house? What is an apartment that you cannot rent by yourself? You're working, you're earning, or is your mom also keeping tabs on the money that comes to your account? She's really serious about not wanting her mom in her business or taking a stand to her mom. She could start by leaving her mom's house. She could have a conversation with Consola and GT and say, okay, this is it, oh. We can no longer stay here. What will happen is that we will get a place, we'll get another place. You guys can bring what you have. Maybe I'll pay the bigger part of the money, and we'll get another place. Let's start there. I feel like for someone that is, feels very, choked up by their mom and feels like the mom is dictating what are you doing in your mom's house? That's the first thing. Secondly, you're a doctor that finished from Cambridge. I do not think that it would be so hard for you to get a job anywhere else. That's why I'm saying that this Coinsola girl, she doesn't want to leave her mom. People cannot convince me. Coinsola, I don't think that Coinsola actually wants freedom from her mom. Because if you want freedom, if you do not want your mom to be so much in your business, I think that the first step is to leave her house so that she doesn't feel like she has something over you to blackmail you with anytime she wants you to do her bidding. And also, leave her clinic if you don't want her to be pushing you to get into surgery. Let's not even get into this her going on a date with this guy. First of all, the girls even told her that it wasn't a good idea for her to go for the date. And she was like, no, it's nothing. She'll just go there, they'll just eat and she'll be back. So she went. Again, here is my thought. If you do not want to be on a date, first of all, don't wear that dress. I was not even expecting her to even wear that dress. That dress there. See, if you don't want to go for a date and you have to go, there's even a way you would act. So even the person that you're on the date with will know that this one, I don't want this person. She really went there with that very fine dress that is even showing small cleavage. I would have even advised her to even wear a mess clothes and go there so that everywhere is fully covered. Then when you reach there, when you sit down, you keep a straight face and you say, hi, my name is no plenty pleasantries. My name is this and this thing. Straight to the point, I'm engaged. My mom said I should come for this date, but I am engaged. If you have to eat, take it to go. Why are you sitting down there? You even ordered food. You are comfortable. You are sitting down. You are eating. You are drinking. You are gisting. As you see the fine boy, it should be even a greater reason for you to flee. So you can use Bible to prove your point, but you cannot use the Bible scripture that says flee from every appearance of evil, because this one is appearance of evil. It is true. The weapon is weaponing. The weapon fashioned against you is really weaponing. As far as I'm concerned, Konsa is cheating already, because Muna even called her. She was there, and she couldn't say anything. Of course, what would she say? Muna called her and he said he wanted to see her. Like he had news for her, he had a surprise for her. So she just said, oh, I'll come and meet you. And his surprise was that he had gotten into the culinary school, Le Cordon Bleu. So that was one of the schools that Consola's mother asked him if he went to. And I love this for him, but I hope that he's doing this for the right reasons, because he mentioned that now that he's going to the school, that her mother would not use that against him any longer. I hope that he's not just wanting to go there just because he wants acceptance from Consola's mother. I don't think so anyway. Because he mentioned that it was his dream. So I really like this for him. I like that, he has gotten this. And I like his faith. When Consola asked him, how he would get the money, how you get financing for the, tuition and all of it. He was like, God is faithful, that she should not worry, God is faithful. And I really love that. He's, you know, I love his faith. He's trusting God that God will provide. God that has seen him through to this point, getting into the school would, see him through it. And I really love that for him. And then her phone kept ringing, and it was Tomiwa, the guy that she had a date with. And I said, "Is the boyfriend there or something like that?" I'm like, "Coincidence, what's she even doing? Really, what's she even doing?" And then she lied to Munachi. Munachi asked her where she went to, and she was like, it was her mom. She went to an event. Her mom sent her to an event, and all of that. And this whole thing, I'm not enjoying this thing that she's doing. I don't know if I would want him to forgive her again, you know. But let's just see. Finally, let's talk about Ife. This episode, my jaw was on the ground. So Ife and Jermaine were hanging out, apparently. I did not understand at first why Jermaine was hanging out with Ife alone, but apparently he was waiting for Ame. But he ought to have known that she would be in school or she would be busy. Did he call her? They played a game of what she won, and then she asked if he would want noodles, and he said noodles is just a pre-meal snack, blah blah blah. They were just talking sha, and then a call came from her schoolmate K, and Jay was now asking, "Oh, is he your boyfriend?" And she was like, "It's not your boyfriend." The next thing, there was a part, I watched it first of all on the live, and I heard that part, but later on when I was going over it to just take my notes down for this video, I noticed that that part was mute. The audio of that part was not there. So that was the part where I don't know what they were talking about. They were both on the couch, and she was talking, and she placed her hand on her chest and placed her other hand on Jermaine's chest, and they were talking and talking and looking into each other's eyes. And next thing, they started coming close, coming close, coming close. And as they were about to kiss, it's like Jermaine came to his senses, and then he stood up and he was like he wanted to leave. Hmm. Therefore, nearly remain small, therefore kiss, remain small. I won't really blame Ife for anything. I mean, she's young, and I feel like it's up to the people around her to keep her in check. And I feel like they are not doing a good job keeping her in check. The very first time Coinsola saw a message from Jay on her phone, she should have asked. So I think that whole nearly kissing thing really, woke Jermaine up. He stopped picking her calls, and he seemed to be avoiding her. So later on we see Ife in school, and she was like calling him. But before that, Jermaine called Coinsola to have lunch with him. I don't know. I feel like maybe he wanted to talk to Coinsola about it, about the whole thing with Ife, you know. So he called her anyway. And whilst they were there, sitting down there, she kept calling him. Hey, came to her and was asking her what the issue was, and her friend was like, it's Jay. Kay was like, guys like that don't go with girls like you, and Sha. Kay now said, "Oh, yeah, call him with my phone." So she called Jay with Kay's phone, and he picked the call. So obviously she knew that he was avoiding her. Consola and Jay were there eating. He had ordered for his food, and suddenly someone called him to come and repack his car outside. So as he went outside to repack his car, Consola now say, let her taste the amala that he was eating. She now moved over to his seat, and a message came on his phone. I also feel like it is very one kind. I don't think that Consola should have picked up that phone and read what was on it. But anyway, she picked up the phone and she read the content of the message from Ife to Jay that stated that I feel like you're avoiding me. Is it because we almost kissed? And I don't know how Consola would handle this. I hope that she takes action immediately. And I don't know how to look for Jeremy. And I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I feel like he called her to tell her about it. But now that she has already seen it in his phone, I don't know how he's going to explain it to her anymore. That's where it ended. I don't even know if she'll even bring it up with him. I don't know how Consola is going to play this. I am waiting eagerly for next episode because a lot of things are just hanging, and I feel like this season 2 also comes to an end. Remember, season 1 just ended like when none of us expected it, and I feel like the same thing is going to happen. Like, my heart is already like here, and I'm waiting for every single time they drop it. I'm like, "Ah, is this going to be the last episode? Is this going to be the last episode?" Anyway, that is the end of my review. Guys, let me know what you think. Tell me what you agree with and what you don't agree with. And yeah, like this video, leave your comments down below, and subscribe again, subscribe. And I'll see you in my next one. Bye, guys.